So, the topic of willpower really gets me going. It really grinds my gears because I do not think that the concept of willpower is something that we should really give much value to. I don't think willpower is a virtue that most of us should strive for or is even possible. And I'll tell you why. There's this idea that you can just will yourself to do something, that you can be magically productive or creative if you just have enough willpower and enough discipline. Discipline's also another one. I'll have to do another video about that. Yeah, I just don't really believe in these concepts necessarily. I don't think they're sustainable or realistic. I've learned that if I rely on willpower to get things done, it's not going to happen. It may happen in the beginning when I have momentum and excitement, but once you hit that messy middle lull period of a habit or a goal, then willpower just goes out the window. It's not really going to keep working because it goes against our natural state. Our natural state in life is to chill, we obviously have periods of energy and things, but naturally we want to rest and we don't want to exert more effort than we need to. And this concept of willpower or discipline automatically it's like a fight. It's not really a positive, integrative type of system. It's really forceful and pushing, and that kind of method doesn't work long term. The same with dieting or over exercising or, sleep when you're dead. All of these hustle culture mindsets, we all know now that they aren't really working. They just leave us burnt out, tired, unhappy, all of the bad things, stressed, sick, not good, right? And it's just not necessary. I've found that I can be really productive and also really quote unquote lazy. And I rest a lot, I sleep a lot, but I can still get things done because of systems and environment. So that's kind of my two main things I want to talk about is system and environment over willpower or discipline. So here's the thing. In theory, willpower sounds great, right? It's I'm just going to push myself to do it and be disciplined. And it works great on those days that you're super motivated and you can just do it easily. But what about those days when you're tired, stressed, not feeling it, had a bad day, low energy, feeling anxious, whatever it may be? That's when willpower falls apart. I used to think that if I wasn't motivated to paint, it was because I lacked the willpower to push through. But over time, I realized that my environment and my systems that I put in place were actually what made the difference in whether I got things done or not. Basically, how can I incorporate what I want to do into my life already? Not I have my life and then over here I'll push myself to do these other things. It's no, I need to integrate it fully into my day and my life and make it easy. So let's talk about systems. When I say systems, I don't mean anything super fancy. It's really just about creating routines and habits that set you up for success. It's about being able to repeat something regularly with low effort, okay? I'm all about low effort. I'm all about rest, sleep, ease, fun. I'm not someone who enjoys working, in any capacity. Even painting, I count that as sort of working sometimes. And if it wasn't for capitalism, I would obviously still paint. I love painting, but I wouldn't be trying to do it as much maybe because I do want to make money from it. So yeah, it's all of these habits and things are really unnatural at the level that we're trying to do them at because of capitalism, but we can incorporate them into our lives in a meaningful way, in a regular way by, having the ease method, not the forceful method. So for me, systems are about, having a space to paint. That's been super crucial for me. It's not always doable if you live in a big city where it's expensive and you might have a tiny apartment or roommates, or if you have a lot of kids, or if you live with your parents, a dorm, all the things. Like there's a lot of reasons why you can't really have a space to paint. But even when I had like a tiny apartment, I always made sure to have like a little rolly cart with my materials. And I ended up using like my dining room table mostly for painting. And then I would just kind of like eat on the couch because it was that important to me. So I kind of like I said, incorporated this system into my life. Like I didn't have painting over here on the side. I said, no, I'm going to make painting, in my dining room. I'm going to bring painting into my dining room and fully have it part of my day-to-day life out in the open, which is vulnerable and like awkward sometimes and messy, whatever. But if it's that important to you, then that's kind of like the best way to do it, is just to like have it out and ready and available. Other systems that I like to use are just like doing the same thing every day so that I can kind of eliminate all those decisions. That means, eating simple foods, not cooking like elaborate meals, just kind of like getting my nutrition and like eating very simple things sometimes, which isn't always fun, but it does like save time. Wearing the same things all the time. Like I'm not making cute outfits every day unless I'm like going somewhere nice, but I'm procrastinating on things that aren't that important. Like, if there's a few dishes, I'm not going to worry about that because I need to paint tonight. Or if I really need to mop, but like it's not that urgent, I'll procrastinate because I need to paint. Like I think it's about incorporating it into your to-do list so that it's just important as the other things like cleaning and errands and stuff like that. And another system I really like is I recently set up a like schedule for my week. So I'm trying to post on Instagram 3 times a week, on YouTube once a week, complete at least 1 or 2 small paintings a week, things like that. Like I have a little schedule now, and that actually keeps me super on track. And it's just kind of taking away the thought of like, what do I need to do today? I just have like a schedule and I just stick to it, And then whether or not I really feel like doing things every day, it's like, well, I'm just going to follow the schedule just like I would at a day job, just like I would for my clients. If they need something done by Tuesday, I'm getting it done no matter how I feel. And if I have a YouTube video listed on my calendar for Tuesday, it's like, get it done no matter how you feel. And that may sound like a little forceful or pushing. And obviously, like, I'm pretty flexible. Like if I don't feel great or I'm sick, I'm not going to like work on stuff. But just in general, if I'm a little tired or something, it's like, well, just have it on your calendar. That's the system that you set up. It's not willpower. It's just a repeating system that you don't have to think about. I feel like the difference is like willpower is very like thinking about it and like willing yourself like so hard. And then the system is just like repeat, rinse and repeat. It's already set up for you. You just show up. So there's like little thought put into it. You could consider other systems like painting simple things, not trying to like reinvent the wheel, just like painting something from your photos in your phone and not thinking about it too much. With my workouts, like I like to work out 3 or 4 times a week, but I keep it very simple and quick. I don't overdo it because it's not my number one goal in life to be like ripped. I just want to like be healthy and, whatever. So I just do the bare minimum thought that goes into that. And then of course, getting enough sleep, going to bed at the same time, reading every night so that I get a good night's sleep, making sure I clean my brushes after I paint so they're ready to go for the next time, making sure I don't run out of materials. Like, I don't know if these are all considered systems, but I think they are because they're not me forcing anything. It's really just like a repeating wheel. Like it's like a bunch of gears working together that all create, the setup so that I can easily show up and just paint. Okay. Now, when we talk about environment, this is similar to the systems, but think more physical. So I think with systems, it's a lot of like repeating elements in your life that ensure you can show up. And then with environment, it's your physical space and mental space too. But your physical space is very important when it comes to how you show up and what you're going to feel like doing. I will not paint if my art table is messy, or I haven't vacuumed, or my brushes are dirty, or I have Amazon boxes everywhere, or I have wet paintings everywhere drying. So I've been trying to prioritize every week, just like on like Fridays, like I'll do kind of like a little clean of my art studio office area and just trying to like stick to that Friday cleanup so that I'm going into the weekend with a beautiful space. It makes me more excited to show up when it's clean and pretty, you know? And again, just making it so easy, like putting your stuff out the night before, like your paints and your canvas and things, having your canvas gessoed and ready to go, not keeping everything like stuffed into a closet somewhere where you're never going to really get it out because it's going to be a lot of work. If you find yourself sort of not having the space to like keep things set up and you're just, you know, feeling really stressed because oil painting is, you know, kind of messy and needs like more space, can you try water-based oil paints? Can you try gouache or watercolor for a little bit just so you like keep the rhythm of painting regularly and you're not letting it go to the wayside because of the limitations? So, you know, it's about being creative too. It's like, well, I really want to oil paint, but if it's that much trouble, I don't have any ventilation or something like that, that's like kind of an important thing, then can I just do gouache for a month and try that? Or can I go plein air paint outside with a local group once a week and try that, you know, with oil painting? I think thinking outside the box, sort of getting creative, not having like a victim mindset, but just saying, how can I solve this problem in a way that is beneficial to me and also fun and gets me excited? That's helpful for me. It's like I don't use solvents and it's very inconvenient. Like the paint doesn't really work as well without solvents. Oil paint and solvents go really well together. And when I'm following like a tutorial or something, there's certain techniques that I can't really do without solvents. However, the headaches and the stress of like, you know, the toxic fumes for me is just too much to bear. So I just have gotten creative and I'm like, well, I'm not going to use solvents, so I just can't always follow every tutorial. I'll do my own sort of version. And if I can't like wipe out the paint perfectly, it's okay. I just have to work with what I have and try to get good at the materials that I have and I want to use. So again, that's sort of the mindset of working with and not working against yourself and your preferences, like listening to what you need, what you have available, and creating within those confines. Environment also is like about making it fun, having some candles or pretty lights, having some music or a podcast or a show, something you're excited to have on in the background, having a really great photo that you're excited to paint. That's all related to environment because willpower is forcing yourself to do something. Environment is about making it really fun so that you want to do it. It's not forcing. You're just like, oh, I'm excited to paint this because I want to. And because it's easy, because I cleaned up my space, got my stuff ready last night, and made sure I got enough sleep, all of these things. And I really want to be clear here. I'm not saying that willpower doesn't matter at all. It's just that it's not something you can rely on every day. We're human, we get tired, we get distracted, and you know, sometimes we don't want to do things. We do not feel like it, even the things that we love, like painting. So that's where, you know, your habits, systems, your calendar, your environment, your little tips and tricks to get yourself in the mood for something, or not even in the mood, just to get yourself to do something, that's where those come in. They support you when willpower runs out. They make it easier for you to show up even when you're not feeling motivated, just like you would at a day job or, you know, at something you have to do, like a doctor's appointment. It's like there's a lot of things in life we don't want to do, but we do them. And it's because someone else is like relying on us or our paycheck is on the line. And we can do the same thing with painting where it becomes something we just show up and do in a gentle way. And I think this is the real secret to staying consistent and productive long-term as an artist. Like you can go really hard and get a lot of success fast if you just like work all day and push, but you are going to burn out. Your candle is going to burn out so fast and you are going to be very depleted. And it might take you a while to even come back. So that's not what we want to do. We want to make sure that we are like just strong the whole time and can go for years and years and years and years. Like I want to paint my whole life. So I'm not in a rush to have like the most success overnight. I'm more, worried about setting up my life to support painting and just to be painting, like just to have that as, such an integral part of my day. So it's not about sheer force of will. It's about creating a space and routine that creates an identity of just being an artist for yourself. So if you've been struggling to stay consistent with your painting or creative practice, I want you to just like take that pressure off yourself and let go of that force and, try not relying on willpower for a little while. Try focus on setting up some systems and routines so that you can eliminate decisions, be rested, have more ease in your painting. Like maybe you're painting things that you actually enjoy instead of things you think you should paint, and making a cute little space or corner or rolly cart and, just like kind of invite creativity into your life with inspiration and beauty. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. I am really trying to get to my next milestone, which is getting officially monetized. And I would love for you to be a part of my community. And yeah, just comment and let me know what you liked in this video and what you do as far as like systems, habits, routines, environment, all of that goes. Check out my prints below. And yeah, just thanks so much for watching and being here. Have a great day. Happy painting. Bye.